what? Fuck it, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for the time off, and I just went. And so 4 days later, I was on a men's retreat. I had no idea what was going to happen.
You become a parent. You need to unlearn and relearn everything.
Yeah, I've been involved in trying to clear myself and come home to a space of pure authenticity of myself. And it's been a very long process. They call it the dark night of the soul.
Hi guys, my name is Harry and welcome to a Seed of Wisdom podcast. Male circumcision. Yes, that's right. We don't really talk about it and you don't hear about it. But yes, we are going to talk about this topic today. And to talk about this topic, I have amazing guest today with me, Mr. Jace Simmons.
Hey,
welcome, Jace. Hey,
thanks, Harry. Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, we have a lot to talk about today. And I'm very excited because there are a lot of things out there nobody wants to come forward and share the experience. And I'm really grateful that you wanted to talk about it openly and share your life experience and what you have been through and how you're tackling it. So before we start, I would like you to introduce yourself, who you are.
Sure.
And, yeah, please.
Sure. I'm Jace. I grew up in the Hunter Valley, New South Wales. Lived a lot of different places. Finally ended up in the Gold Coast about 4 years ago. Just recently, I spoke at the World Association of Sexual Health Conference in Brisbane. And as part of that, I was given the opportunity to become an ambassador for an organization called the Darwin Institute.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that definitely we're gonna talk about it down the track.
Sure.
So who is Jace? What do you do right now?
Yeah.
And just a little bit about your
Oh,
background.
sure. Yeah. So at the moment, I work in human resources.
Okay.
And I also have a business helping people to have better romantic relationships.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's called Ignite Intimacy. It's a project I've been working on for a couple of years.
Nice.
Yeah, one that's close to my heart. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing there. And of course, the activism piece as well that I'm doing. Yeah, so that's me. Yeah, it's a hard question to answer about talking about ourselves.
Exactly. If you want to talk about other people, it's like everybody like, boom, 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 boom.
Exactly.
You have all these questions ready. But when you want to introduce yourself or talk about yourself, you're all like kind of, oh, what do we say? Or, and it's good, man. It's because I know a bit about you, we've been mates for now a few years. Thanks to Brotherhood again.
Exactly.
And it was funny how we met and how we wrestled and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a different topic anyway. All right, Jace. I know like there's few different things that Jace have been through in his life. I wanted to start a little bit about your childhood, about your family, just a bit of touch up. How was your childhood growing up, and how it has taken the shape in life, in a way like because you have been through a lot of different things in life, right? And I wanted to, if you all right with it, if you want to share your journey to start with, and then we gradually get into how you went to Peru and what you learned and who asked you to go there and how did you end up in Peru,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So if you're gonna
So I most people that knew me growing up probably thought that I had a very idyllic childhood.
Yeah.
They probably thought that that I came from a very good family, that I had everything that I could have wanted. And I thought that too, until, as the brotherhood, as you mentioned, I did a meditation with them one day, and they asked me to imagine me as a little boy, and to go up to the little boy and start to have a conversation. And my little boy was crying, and then so was I, and I didn't really know why. And from there, I went deep within and realized that a lot of the things that happen to me don't happen to other people. And that I wasn't really given the things that I would have wanted to receive as a kid.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I realize that even if our parents, we think are some sort of demigod, right? When we're kids,
Yes.
but they're just like you and I,
Yes.
and they've got their own history that they've had to deal with, that they may have unconsciously passed on to us.
To us, yes.
So I have compassion for them, and also at the same time, I realize that there are a lot of things that happened to me that shouldn't have happened.
Right.
Mm.
Wow. And that's the ugly truth that I think 95 to 98% people deal with, especially our generation, like, like born in 80s, 90s, and or late 70s, because our parents didn't have any tools
Yeah,
that we got now,
that's right.
and half of the time that's what child is facing, because when they kind of grew up and they're like, well, why did my parents did this to me? Because that was their problem, not mine. But like as you said, like you have like empathy for them, like you are okay, you have space, like all right, they didn't have what I have now.
Yeah.
I have coaches who can help me out, it's give me tools to get out of that freaking, I don't like to use the word trauma because
Yeah,
it's
sure.
thrown out for everything, like
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's like so many people are facing this, but so many don't know how to tackle it,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
so but that's big, man, that you realize that. And yeah, it was in 2020 or 21.
I think it's 2021.
21,
Yeah. Yep. A big period of growth and change ensued. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
So what happened from there?
From there,
Because I know it's like it's gonna be the domino effect from one experience to another. So and
exactly.
this is just like just free to talk. Like we don't have a criteria or anything. Just
sure.
whatever you feel like, you just flow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gosh. So,
because there's gonna be a lot of people out there who will relate to this,
yeah.
and that's the whole part of me starting this podcast, to share stories from individuals in the society that not many people will talk about.
Yeah.
And that's why, so please share whatever you feel like sharing, and
Yeah.
yeah, go for it.
Well, I can't remember who it was, but there is a quote that makes the rounds, and it's that there's the universe, or life, if you will, will tickle us with a feather, and if we don't listen, it will throw a brick at our head. If we don't listen to the brick, it will send a bus to run us over.
Yes.
Until we listen.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'd had many feathers, many bricks, and it took the bus, right? So it took the bus to happen.
Yeah.
And so my wife and I were living in Canberra. I was desperately unhappy. I it wasn't the place for me. I love the coast. I love the beach.
Yes.
I'm a surf lifesaver or retired surf lifesaver. So being away from the beach was like cutting off my air supply. So we, um, I hurt myself running, and that's when a lot of this stuff that we'll talk about with the genital cutting and things. That's when that started to come up, because I had to go to the doctor, had to be examined, and things started to fall apart, and I didn't know why.
Wow.
So from there, I said to my wife, I can't live here anymore. I'd said that 6 months in, but we gave it 2.5 years. We arrived in the Gold Coast, and I think we're here a month, and my wife was on Instagram and she found the account of Jacob O'Neill, a big figure in men's work, in men's spaces in the Gold Coast and nationally. Phenomenal man. I'd grown up on a diet of personal development and stuff. My parents were heavily into that for a period. So no stranger to that type of sphere, but I was not involved in, or that was not in my field at all. Anyway, my wife says to me, "Hey, I've seen this guy on Instagram. I think that you and him would click." And anyway, so she shows me one of Jacob O'Neill's posts on Instagram, and I'm in, right? I'm all in. This guy is speaking my language. He's talking about masculine sovereignty and all these things that mean a lot to me, right?
Yes.
So Jacob had a retreat. So this was on the Sunday or Monday. Jacob had a retreat starting on like 5 days later on the Friday. And I got in touch with him on the Monday or the Tuesday and said, "Hey, do you have any spaces left on this retreat by any chance?" And he's like, "We have one space left."
Wow.
And I'd never been to anything like this before. And I said, "Oh, look, I think I'm going to have to try and get the day off work, leave it with me." And he's like, "Well, I kind of need to know because it's happening in 4 days." So, and I just said, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm in."
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for the time off, and I just went. And so 4 days later, I was on a men's retreat. I had no idea what was going to happen. I thought that there was going to be, sort of like Papua New Guinea rites of initiation type things happening. I was terrified.
Yeah.
Right. But it was the experience that lit the fire within. And from there, I worked with Jacob personally. I did some training with other practitioners in the area of men's sexuality and embodiment practices. Gosh, yeah, I did a lot of relationship courses and things to try and improve my own relationship and to help others. But
Is there any particular, apart from Jacob, is there any other person that you think stand out for you that really helped you out to move forward?
wow, there's been
You've done with a lot of different people.
yeah,
And in general, like not everybody gonna click.
sure.
So
Yeah.
like I've only been to Jacob once in Melbourne,
Right.
but I feel like I felt a calling to go. And that's when I went to his event, and then I was the last one. I think I was telling you, then freaking roof caught fire. Once I finished, to my rage, Jacob, like, what the hell? But yeah, do you have any anybody in general, like I think people should reach out?
I'm working with a guy at the moment, Steve Katz, who is he works with the body somatic type healing. His modality, I think, is called body breath integration.
Yes.
Steve has helped me enormously
Wow.
from a nervous system point of view. So this may be a common story. I've heard it from other people, but I've been involved in trying to clear myself and come home to a space of pure authenticity of myself. And it's been a very long process. They call it the dark night of the soul.
Yes.
I've in that process, I've read a lot of books. I've been to a lot of things, and it's all been up here, right? But my body has been stuck. It's back there, right?
Yeah.
And what Steve is helping me to do is to bring that body to the present, and to rid my nervous system, where all the tension from this period of change and from my earliest life, rid my nervous system of all the tension that's happened over that period, because our body stores it.
Yes. Yes.
So Steve's been absolutely amazing. Yeah.
And where is Steve located?
Steve's here in the Gold Coast. Yeah, he works out of a place in Burleigh Heads. He's Infinite Potential Center, if anyone is looking to get into
We'll
it.
tag that in the description and Instas as well, so people can reach out, because there's gonna be people who need help.
Yeah, he's
So-
very good at what he does. Yeah.
All right, back to Jacob O'Neill.
Jacob,
So-
yes. So yeah, I went on the retreat, and my intention for the retreat was to make a radical change in my life, and I did. And from there, as I said, it was all about uncovering and peeling back these layers of this onion, and the layers just weren't me, and I didn't know, and I'd been living in a way that wasn't fit for me, that didn't reflect who I was as a person. People throw out terms like midlife crisis, quarter life crisis, things like this, dark night of the soul. I mean, it's all one and the same thing, right? And it can happen to anybody at any age. But that process, it's been tough, because we have to confront things that we don't want to, or are hard to confront. And so yeah, that process has been very long, but it's finally ending. And yeah, it's a beautiful space on the other side of that journey back to home, authenticity.
And I believe that this is a lifelong journey, because as men, there are gonna be so many different stages we're gonna go through. And as you said, the feather is tickling, and then the brake, and then the bus. So if you're really self-aware, if you're conscious about all these things, you will do everything to change that.
Yeah.
Because deep down, it's not you.
Yeah.
You've been fed since you were a kid, or you picked up these things from people around you,
That's right.
And I feel like it's a lifelong journey. You're always gonna like recently, a few of our friends around here, they have kids, right? So now they're gonna relearn so many things in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's another stage.
Yeah.
So then when you're there, you're like, what are we gonna do now? It's all right. I just nearly finished all my crises, as they say.
Sure.
But now you're gonna jump into like, oh my God,
Yeah.
here we go again.
Here we go again.
As they say, when you become a parent, you need to unlearn and relearn everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have to build the patience of a freaking God, So, but that's I think this is just a tipping toe. Like you're just dipping right in there.
Yeah.
And now after you finish this journey, then I know there's gonna be
That's right. It's
something else gonna come up.
It's never finished.
And we humans, we
That's
came
right.
here to learn something.
Yeah.
And in our culture in India, they say, what unfinished business he had in your past lifetime,
Right.
that's what you're doing in this lifetime.
Interesting.
And if you don't do it in this lifetime, then it's gonna be the next one. I do clear as much as possible in this lifetime, so you don't carry next time.
Right. Wise words.
Yeah. I just learned from the wiser people in India, I guess. Yeah.
It's a wise culture.
Yeah. All right, let's come back to you. So we finished with Jacob, and then you realized like some things need to be sorted, need to be cleared up, because you were carrying it and it was getting heavier for you.
Yeah.
right? That's
Sure.
what this is.
Yeah.
And what happened from there? Ah, what was that turning point where you like, okay, I finished this, and what was the result from the retreat?
The retreat. Yeah. I'll try not to be crass. I found the fire within, the courage. It's more than courage. I think it's my belief that inside every man there's a fire,
Yes.
and we as modern men have to straddle these two somewhat competing ideologies of the domestic and the primal.
Mm.
And I had been brought up to only sit and be the nice boy, be the good boy, the nice guy, the perennial nice guy, right?
Yes.
That was my life. That was the box that I had grown into,
Yeah.
that I didn't realize was a box. It was a prison.
Yes.
And I was people pleasing. I was doing everything for everyone else. And that's when the brick, the bus brought me back and made me realize that I do have this fire that was given to me. That's the truth of my physical being as a man.
Yes.
And it's the truth of masculinity in the energetic sense, if you want to talk about that. So that retreat helped me find that fire, and I think it's a similar practice as what literally lit the roof on fire with you,
Yeah.
right? That fire needs to be liberated, otherwise we burn ourselves alive.
Yes.
We sit in the fire, and I know that I'm very guilty of this. I get all consumed because everything turns inward instead of letting that fire out healthily.
Yeah.
And anger is okay as long as it's not hurting other people. We're taught all these messages that masculinity and men are, there's something wrong with us, that our sexuality is perverted, that we're the root of every evil on planet Earth, right? But
Yeah.
that's not the truth. And people believe that because of the actions of some very bad individuals, right? But that we don't have to take that on as men. We don't have to live that stereotype and take on this idea that there's something inherently wrong with us. If we learn to stoke our own fire, learn to channel that into our projects, into the world, it is a beautiful strength of manhood, strength of masculinity, not something to be feared. And so coming back to the retreat, that's what I learned. That's what I took away, that I do have this fire within me, and that it is okay to express that. It's okay to be in a group of men and feel safe. It's okay to, like, there was so many learnings from that one retreat. Yeah, that's I mean, I could talk for hours just about that one retreat, but yeah, I learned a lot.
And you know when you're ready for this work. Nobody can push you to get into it. There's a day and a time when you will say yes. Otherwise, there are a lot of retreats, a lot of weekend work, a lot of one-day events happening. You're not going to be like, oh, I need to jump into it. No, you know exactly, no, this is my time to get into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe. Like, a lot of people, I'm not putting anybody down. It's just like a lot of people like to keep doing this thing without integrating the lessons they've learned into their life. And they keep, what do you call that word? They're repeating the same pattern.
Yeah.
And they're labeling it as I need to heal my trauma. I need to heal. No,
Mm.
The person that's teaching you, he's giving you lessons
Mm.
and tools. You need to start using those tools
Yeah.
so you can integrate like all these initiated what do you call these lessons,
Yeah.
that you need to sit with yourself and just look at the bigger picture. Okay, where I'm not focusing on, where I'm like refusing to what do you call to jump into it, dive deep
Mm.
into the unknown,
Yeah.
rather than finding all the answers right now,
Yeah.
because you will learn the lesson, you will get the answers
Mm.
down the track, but you need to take the first step forward. But if you're gonna sit on the fence and keep going to the events
Mm.
and not taking the step, that means there's a choice.
Yeah. I see that a lot, unfortunately, and I'm terrible at remembering where I read things, but I did read a book, and they mentioned this phenomenon where people are addicted to healing, in inverted commas, and it's not really healing because they never actually get to the point of resolution.
Yes.
And what it is entertainment.
Mm.
It's a distraction.
Yes.
So the very thing that's trying to liberate them, they're using as a distraction from dealing with the thing that they're there to try and heal from, or heal through.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're dead right. I totally I see that happening in circles, yeah, around me.
Yeah, we've seen a lot around.
Mm.
Just not gonna name or shame people.
No.
But everybody is on their own journey, you know what I mean? So it's, you can't tell people what to do.
No, when the
Just
time is right, as
when
you
the
said.
time is right, the
Yeah.
time is right.
Yeah.
And this is kind of work that has to come from within.
Oh,
You really
absolutely.
want to do it.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you're just wasting your money, isn't it? But anyway, bro, let's keep moving. Otherwise, we're gonna be here forever.
It's right.
It's gonna be like Alex or Mosey for our podcast, which we're not there yet. So, do you want to talk about your? I have two questions related to that.
Yeah.
Your because I remember when we met in Brotherhood,
Mm.
you had that suicidal phase.
Mm.
Would you like to talk about right now? Do you want to talk about down the track, and you want to share your journey when you went to Peru?
Yeah, I think that's kind of all one story, so I can share that all together if you like.
Yeah, please go for it.
So I've had a number of experiences where I've walked in long periods of darkness in my life, and it hasn't been till very recently that I understood why. And the most recent time that I was in that place was last year. And trying to work through the harms that came from my genital cutting experience, that proved to be too much for me at that time. I was seeking a lot of help for how I was feeling. I was going to psychotherapy every week for like 18 months, but there just wasn't an end in sight, and I couldn't seem to break free enough to just come back to a sense of normality. I couldn't sleep. I was literally terrified the whole time. It was like living in a panic attack. And so I decided that the one way out was for me to cease to live here. And I'd chosen a date, a place. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I had a will drawn up. I started discreetly positioning friends around my wife to make sure that she was going to be okay when I passed away. And yeah, I'd picked the 15th of January, 2024 as the date.
Wow.
And I got in my car twice to go to the hardware store and buy rope. And both times somebody rang me when I got into the car, distracted me, and gave me something to keep going, right? And I'm grateful that they did. And so that was the backdrop for me going to South America. And my wife had been supporting me the whole time. I
Yeah.
mean, she'd done a phenomenal job to hold it all together for us both. And a friend of mine, Luke, said, come to South America with me. And I said, I actually don't think I can. I don't think I have the psychological capacity to deal with living with an Amazonian tribe for 12 days. But he encouraged me. Another friend, dear friend, Courtney, also encouraged me. My wife encouraged me. And then I decided to go. And so that was the backdrop for me going to Brazil and Peru. We went and stayed with an Amazonian tribe for 12 days in the jungle, drinking plant medicine, doing a lot of different plant medicine ceremonies. I found that incredibly challenging. Certain medicines just, I just could not understand and couldn't work with. And then we went to Peru and things completely changed. That place has a spiritual vibe to it that cannot be.
I think the energy of the land is very important.
Yeah.
Like not everywhere it's gonna be the same. So
yeah. As soon as I got to Peru, I felt like so safe, and it was just I don't know. There's something about it. And we went to the Sacred Valley, and we used a medicine called Wachuma, which is a cactus.
Yeah.
And I'd never done anything like that before. So I remember our first time working with that medicine. We had hiked up a mountain. So the Andes are so Australia's mountains are just hills compared to mountains in South America, right? Yeah. So we're on a mountain that was 3,500 meters above sea level, right? Wow. So it's tough to walk around at that altitude, right? And I remember we'd had the medicine, and I was sitting on a wall, a stone wall built by the Incas, right? Hundreds of years ago. And there's a 2,000+ meter drop just in front of me. And I'm just looking out into the Sacred Valley, and all I can hear is just the wind rustling through the grass. And that medicine reached into my heart, reached into my head, and took off tons of weight and just liberated me and let the light in and crack like this.
Yeah. Right.
And I have a video of it, of me just sitting on this wall, just weeping, because finally I had that relief that I had been searching for so long. And that experience gave me so much, and that journey through Peru was just everything I needed.
Wow, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, that was written in your destiny, that now, mate, you're not coming back soon. This is gonna happen, and then you're gonna go through this. And I've never done plant medicine. I believe there will be a time when I will be doing it. And there is a shaman or some indigenous grandmaster there for me.
Yeah.
But when the time is right, it will happen.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I told you, like, my wife was telling me about it. Like, ayahuasca is very popular at the moment. everybody's trying to drink it
Mm.
to find something, right?
Mm.
And she told me, like, in Mexico, you literally have to go find a plant,
Wow.
and if you find the plant, they will make the medicine for you.
Right.
And if you don't find the plant, means not ready.
Right.
So
Wow.
that is something powerful for me.
Yeah.
It's not like when you want to do it. It's when the medicine is ready for you.
Wow.
So you make your medicine, and then they help you to initiate
Yeah.
and release. So and
That's I love that.
yeah. So
I love
that's
that.
the kind of thing that excites me, because this means if I'm not ready,
Mm.
I'm not ready.
Yeah.
The time will come when I will, like you, Peru or
Mm.
Brazil,
Mm.
came from nowhere
Yeah.
because you were going different path in life.
Yeah.
But your spirit guides were like, hang on, mate.
Mm.
You're taking two things too quickly. We have you here for a mission. There's a purpose for you to come here. So
Yes.
let us call you.
Yeah.
And stop you to go there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what happened for you, man.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
So what was the first thing that came to your mind when you felt that experience?
It's just relief.
Mm.
Just relief,
Yeah.
like yeah. It what tumors are heart opening medicine, and that was what I obviously needed,
Mm.
and it brought me back to a place of love,
Mm.
and we need love to live, I believe. Like there's a certain amount of just joy, which is love inside ourselves, that we have to have, otherwise we don't get up in the morning.
Yes.
And that's what I was missing.
Yeah.
And so that's yeah, that's what comes to mind, I guess, when I think about Peru.
Beautiful.
Mm.
So fast forward now. So how's your life right now? And because the next topic I want to talk about is again the deep, um, the male circumcision here. Because this is the beautiful part we're talking about, but then we're gonna speak about this topic that which is close to your heart as well.
Mm, mm, mm.
So how's your life since you've been back from Peru?
Yeah, life being back took a little bit of adjusting,
Mm.
but life is good. Life is good. I've been given lots of opportunities that I didn't think I would get, that I never dreamed of since coming back. I've realized that I really want to be a dad.
Oh, beautiful.
I really want to be a father and experience those things that we just talked about before, about
Yeah.
the patience and all
Yes.
those things. So yeah, life is really good. I've been able to work on my project with Ignite Intimacy. I've been able to do the intactivism stuff that we've been talking about so far. Yeah, life is really good. I'm still working on me. There's
Yeah.
little bits that I'm still dealing with, like the somatic memory of what happened to me, but
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's a beautiful experience, and thanks for sharing. And I'm pretty sure there's people out there might reach you out, and I wanted to know how they can go to Peru or Brazil. And actually, I wanted to know as well. Maybe I'll go with my wife next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And see what we can do.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
an amazing place.
Or
Amazing.
yes, I wanted to get into your journey and your experience in life
Mhm.
with male circumcision,
Mhm.
and because this is something that not being spoken about
Mm.
like openly,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of guilt, shame behind it, and so yeah. So if you like to speak about it, man,
Sure.
please go for it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know more about the Darwin Institute as well, and how you became ambassador, and
Yeah.
how things work out for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a brief idea of why this issue came up for me, and then I'll talk about how I got involved with Darwin. So as I said, I was I injured myself, and I had to go to the doctors, and it turned out that I had injured my groin, but the pain where it was, I had to go and have scans and so on, and had to have my genitals checked by a doctor. Now, like, that's not a fun day for anyone,
Yeah.
right? But my reaction to that was like somebody holding a knife to my neck. I was terrified. I was sobbing in my wife's arms for days just to get and just to go to the doctors, right? There's all these trauma responses. I shouldn't use scare quotes, but trauma gets there's a lot of people talking about it these days. It is physical trauma. It
stays in your
it
body.
stays in the body, right? Bessel van der Kolk wrote a book, The Body Keeps the Score. Somatic memory and having a memory of our life as a baby. Even people have even got memories of themselves growing in their mum's womb. Like our body remembers things, right? And my body was having a response that it remembered.
Wow.
And I didn't really understand all that at that time. And it's taken me a long time to unpack all of that.
Yeah.
And realizing that this came from my feelings in those situations had come from my body's memory, and I have a very faint recollection of the actual procedure. That memory was being activated. It was activating my body because I was trying to make sure I didn't get harmed again. And realizing that is actually very confronting. Realizing that part of my most sacred organ as a man has been has been forever surgically changed without anesthetic, without my consent, and without any recognition or like there's no one saying from a government perspective, oh, that was wrong, right?
Yeah.
They still condone this procedure.
Yeah.
And as I explained before, when I was talking about what led me to Peru, trying to make sense of this and trying to deal with the body effects, what like almost cost me life. Like it almost took me over the edge.
Yes.
Because there's no real way that someone can undo what was done.
Yeah.
I will talk about there are options, but yeah, so that once I had got to a point where I felt safe enough to be around this issue because I used to get triggered all the time.
Yeah.
I reached out to the Darwin Institute because I had put together an abstract to speak at the the International Child Trauma Conference.
Yeah.
And I needed some assistance in putting together some facts and stuff around this issue. And they actually, the Darwin Institute, Jonathan Meddings, who's the chair, got back to me and said, actually, we're submitting an abstract to speak at the World Association for Sexual Health Congress in Brisbane.
All right.
We'd like you to be part of it and to share your lived experience. And so that's how I connected with the Darwin Institute. And over that process, that's when they asked me to be an ambassador. I'm their first ambassador, hopefully one of many, that can speak to the living experience of this issue and the harms associated with it. And yeah, it's been an opportunity to turn what was something horrible into something that can hopefully benefit other people.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely men out there who are, and women too, because in some countries they do that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
I haven't studied much about for the female side, but I know it happens as well.
it does. Yeah.
And with men, it's, as you say, like, they are men out there who have that shame they're carrying, and some work through like you know, they deal with it and then they come on the other side of the tunnel, I would say. And some just stuck in the darkness,
Yeah.
and um they never really had a chance to move on, and they stay there and keep the shame within themselves, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was good. Like so you spoke as well recently, right?
Yeah, so that conference, the World Association for Sexual Health Congress was in June, so just last month, um, and so the conference has run over 4 days, and of all the sessions that I attended, ours was the most patronized. There was more people than there were chairs, which was so
That's
encouraging.
impressive. Yeah.
We did a lot of work trying to publicize our talk, our symposium, whilst we're at the conference, and yeah, we were really lucky that people really heard us. And if anyone's interested, that whole talk is on YouTube. But
We can like put the link into the description.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Send it to me, and
sure,
and we can put it out for sure.
yeah, yeah.
So Jace, I wanted to, if you're happy to talk about, or if you're comfortable talking about, what are the effects that men face after
Mm,
um, circumcision.
mm.
And so if you are comfortable talking about it, that would be
Yeah,
great.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So personally, PTSD is what I suffered. That's what the psychologist diagnosed me as having. Um, have no feeling in the head of my penis.
Wow.
That is common. I thought that that's what everyone had. That is not the case. And so there, there's a lot of effects from this procedure, and I'll actually read some facts about this procedure.
please.
So this is from source from Jonathan Meddings, the chair of the Darwin Institute. His book, The Final Cut, CIRP.org, and some other websites. So in America, a baby boy dies as a result of genital cutting every 3 days.
Wow.
One of the creators of Kellogg's cereals, right, Dr. John H. Kellogg, he helped to popularize male genital cutting as a way to stop boys masturbating, right? Because it cuts off the slack skin. And he is quoted in a book saying that this should be done without anesthetic so that it reinforces basically a PTSD reaction or a bad memory that connects the penis with the idea of punishment.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
That's messed up. Yeah.
So men who have experienced genital cutting are scientifically more likely to experience erectile dysfunction due to the loss of the sense of sensation in the foreskin. Men need to exert 10 times more force to penetrate their partner if they've been genitally cut. They're more likely to experience premature ejaculation. They can experience serious, disabling, lifelong psychological consequences from this procedure, just like the guy from Kellogg's wanted.
Yeah.
Male genital cutting removes the most sensitive part of the penis, which is the most sensitive part of the male body, like of our whole body gone, right? And it's done without anesthetic sometimes. Children subjected to male genital cutting were observed by scientists to exhibit the signs of PTSD even from as early as 6 months old. Men whose foreskin was amputated as newborns have been shown to have a shorter penis as adults compared to men who are intact as children. So I think the studies showed a difference of about 0.8 mil or 1 centimeter.
Wow.
Women are more likely to experience vaginal dryness during sex with men who have been genitally cut. Generally cut men like myself suffer numbness in the head of their penis because without the foreskin, the head of the penis dries out and the skin becomes thick, keratinized, and becomes hardened. And so there's no feeling there. It results in shorter, more painful and curved erections. I mean, I can go on and on. Like in 1993, the Queensland Law Reform Committee looked into the idea of male genital cutting, or as you say, circumcision, and they deemed it to be grievous bodily harm. They said this is actually illegal.
Yeah.
It falls within the definition of assault, and that was 30 years ago, right? Nothing has been done to protect boys in this country since. That's 30 years of governments knowing that this is wrong and doing nothing about it, man. So, as a summary of the effects, shorter penis, curve of painful erections, inability or difficulty to masturbate, a numb knob, erectile dysfunction, loss of the most sensitive part of the male body, less sexual pleasure, less intense orgasms, premature ejaculation, lifelong psychological harm, PTSD. That's the effects of this. And unfortunately, I've experienced quite a few of them.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a hard one, man.
Mm.
And of course, it depends on the individuals. Like everybody has different effects on them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Wow, that's hectic, man.
A lot of people don't know. They don't realize that there are effects to what there are, serious downsides to this procedure, especially when it's done to unconsenting children.
Yeah.
If someone wants to do this as an adult and they understand all these things and complications, that's their choice. It's their human right. It's their body. I don't mind,
Yeah.
But if it's happening to a child who can't decide, then that's not okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing, man.
Mm.
So do you have anything further to add in that? Because I wanted to talk about the effects. So do you have any support groups or people can reach out, because
Yeah.
sometimes they want to stay anonymous?
Yeah.
And so do you have
Yeah.
anywhere they can reach out?
Absolutely. So,
Which we will link in the description anyway.
yeah, the Darwin Institute has got a lot of support, or a lot of resources for men like me, even parents that might have regretted their decision to do this to their son, even healthcare providers, lawyers. They've got lots of resources for everybody in the community. There are peer support circles where men can talk with other men who feel the same way about this issue.
Yeah.
And that can be accessed via the Darwin Institute website. There's also communities out there. There's communities on Reddit. There's communities on Discord. Foragen, which is a regenerative medicine company that's looking into repairing or being able to give men back their foreskin who've been genitally cut. They have a Discord server, which is also a really solid community for men who want to be around others that feel the same way. And one of the most exciting things that came out of the Congress that we spoke at is that we were able to get in touch with a lot of therapists who can help men who are suffering like I was. So the Darwin Institute are putting together a referral list of sexologists, psychologists, therapists that we know are going to help men who understand this issue, who aren't going to gaslight them, who are going to take them and help them to get the help that they deserve. So that's exciting, and that will be coming in the next couple of months. So all of it's available on the website.
No, that's good. Like, because we're gonna, as we said, link all Darwin Institute and stuff as well. Because I was reading about Darwin Institute, and I think they are also trying to work with the government to stop Medicare helping in this procedure.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So they want Medicare to stop doing that because it's encouraging people to do it.
Yeah. So the Medicare rebate that's given for male genital cutting is fraudulently claimed. It's or incorrectly claimed. And so you and I as taxpayers, we're funding that.
Yeah.
We're funding non-consensual genital cutting of children without knowing it.
Yeah.
So not only does that rebate need to disappear, but we need equal protection under the law. Only females are protected in Australia. But there is one state, the Australian Capital Territory, that will protect children with varied sex characteristics, but even that legislation steers away from any or doesn't seem to cover certain procedures performed on babies with a penis. So, and in this country, males have no protection under the law. It's sexual discrimination in action, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we want to push for, is that everybody can decide what happens to their body. If it's medically unnecessary, there's no reason to do it until somebody is 18 and they can choose for themselves. I think that's I think if everyone gets in touch with the Darwin Institute on the website, I think that's a great starting point for support. There are other organisations out there. 15 Square is a brother organisation in the UK who do some great work. So yeah, I'd suggest getting in touch with the Darwin Institute or 15
And they
Square.
help you out.
Yeah.
All right. So Jace, you'll be alright if people reach out to you and have a chat and everything, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're gonna add your socials
Yep.
in there, and we're gonna add your Ignite Intimacy as well.
Yeah,
where
for
people
sure.
have questions related to the relationship.
Yeah.
And before we wrap up this episode, do you have any message to share with your audience?
I know I'm conscious of time. There's 4 things that I'd really like.
Please.
4 things. So for any men out there that feel like I do, or have even a sense of feeling like I do, that this is not just that they're unhappy with what happened to them and that they're in their genital cutting, I want them to know that they're not alone,
Right.
because it can feel like we're alone. There is a vast community, as I just mentioned. There's communities of men across the entire planet that feel the same way. So know that they're not alone. The second thing is that help is available. As I said, reach out to the Darwin Institute. There are support services that are available to help men heal, and connecting with them via the Darwin Institute website is a great place to start if they are finding things tough.
Yes.
Third thing is that regenerative medicine is happening. That the group Foragin that I mentioned before, they're a non-profit organization that are looking into using tissue regeneration and tissue engineering to bring back and regrow a man's foreskin.
Nice.
The first human clinical trials will take place next year. I got goosebumps. It's exciting things for us, right? And the fourth thing, arguably the most important, and men out there who feel as I do need to raise their voice.
Right. That's true. Very important.
This practice will end when we start to speak up and acknowledge the harm. So the voices of men with lived and living experience of genital cutting need to be heard, they need to be validated, and they need to be respected. And I think giving men the opportunity to bring forward, like you've done here today, and I'm very grateful, but to bring forward and talk about a taboo subject and shine a light on something that's a legal and ethical blind spot, I think this is a great start. And I just encourage other men to speak up and to share their story, because that's what will change things.
And that's the whole point of me starting a podcast, It's not only bringing guests and just talk about things that doesn't matter. For me, it matters. I want to bring out the message, the stories that's been hidden. And if I can do it, I'm just happy. That just serves my purpose of starting this podcast. It's not about the views. It's not about being famous or look at me, I'm doing a podcast. No, it's about having meaningful conversations and bringing out the guests who have really an amazing message and a story to share.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the whole point, and that's the whole purpose.
It's beautiful.
So, and I'm grateful that you came to share your story. And I'm definitely very sure there will be people out there who want to talk to you and see how you can help them.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm very grateful for you too.
Thank you.
Coming out and speaking up.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And I'm sure, there are gonna be more opportunities for you coming to speak up on bigger and better stages around the world. And when Darwin Institute, you just, as the ambassador, for sure they want you to go different places and share the message and help other men out there, or even women. There will be women out there who felt the same, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm really happy for what's coming
Thank
for
you.
you and for me.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
So that's the wrap up for today, Jace, and thank you for coming. And it's a bit of different setup as well, which I am testing. So let's see how it goes. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. It was a pleasure talking to Jace. And I will put all the socials, all the link from Jace, Darwin Institute, other groups that helping people out there, helping men out there with this, and any studies that Jace thinks is important for the people out there. We will put it up. And if you want to get in touch with Jace, he's happy to help. And also, if anybody out there want to share the story, I live on the Gold Coast. I can come to Brisbane and we can arrange on like anywhere 100 kilometers or whatever. We can always find time. We can go from there. And yeah, that's about it today from me and Jace Simmons. And thank you for tuning in till last. And any questions, any feedback you guys have, please hit us up. Leave a comment, DM, email, whatever you like. And yeah, thank you for today. And thank you for Riva Studios in Bundle for the studio. Beautiful. Thank you. Have a great day, guys. I'll be back with another amazing guest and another story to share for you guys. Thank you. Have a great day.